We begin with that breaking news. Details after a body was found inside a car at a Hollywood tow lot today. There's no immediate information about the identity of the person found inside, but Eyewitness News has learned the 2023 Tesla is registered in Hempstead, Texas to multi-platinum artist and musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David.
All right, so boom, last week as I was live streaming, somebody commented in the chat saying, what are my thoughts on the situation revolving around the musician who goes by the name of David? I had no idea who David was. So I inquired a bit more, asked the chat, who is this David character? Only to find out there was a body that was found inside the trunk of his impounded vehicle. So the first thing that goes through my mind is, if there's a body that's found in your car, what are you doing? Turns out, he on tour.
I beg your pardon?
David has been on tour and continued to perform as a homicide investigation unfolded.
What? There's a deceased, decaying, decomposing body in the trunk of your impounded vehicle. And you mean to tell me you remained on tour? Yo, David, there's a situation back home. There's a dead body that was found in the trunk of your vehicle. Hey, David. There's an active investigation going on. They impounded your vehicle, and there's a dead girl in the trunk of your car. Hey, is he not hearing me? Hey, somebody cut off the damn, hey, David, somebody's dead in your trunk. Sir. They discovered the remains of the deceased on the 8th of September. On the 9th, media outlets started to post that the news had identified that the vehicle is registered to the musician David. Albeit, if you take a look at the timestamps, everything was posted between the hours of 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. So it's safe to say there's a possibility that they knew the car was registered to him on the 8th of September. This man remained on tour, went to 4 different cities and states, en route to performing a 5th time until he canceled the tour abruptly on the 19th.
But his concert last night in Seattle was abruptly canceled.
That's 11 days. Mans was still on the move. There's no way you ain't know a body was located in your vehicle. And you still went on stage and performed?
Satanic black magic. Sick shit.
This is a sick Negro.
So the singer, known as David, canceling his concert in Seattle last night. At the same time, LAPD investigators searching a home he's been staying in. Police say the singer, David, has been living there, and it's the same neighborhood where a Tesla registered in the singer's name was towed after being abandoned.
It was banged up and kept moving from one place to other place within a couple of blocks around here.
The Tesla was impounded at a tow yard last week, where workers noticed an odor coming from the front trunk, which turned out to be decomposing remains.
But wait a minute, something doesn't make sense here, because David was on tour since the beginning of August, correct? Now, given what they've stated on the news report, the police had confirmed that the vehicle was impounded and towed to the tow yard the week prior. If the body was found on the 8th,
Investigators discovered the body September 8th after receiving reports of a foul odor.
that would mean the week of the 1st is when the vehicle was impounded. However, anybody who understands things regarding abandoned vehicles, somebody ultimately has to call in that this vehicle was abandoned. And if you listen to the words of that neighbor who happened to live in the area, said that vehicle was moving around from spot to spot before it was ultimately towed.
Where a Tesla registered in the singer's name was towed after being abandoned.
It was banged up and kept moving from one place to other place within a couple of blocks around here.
It's really upsetting. We noticed it was wrecked and really banged up and not moving anywhere and really dusty.
Well, that's interesting, because given that the news outlets are saying that the vehicle was abandoned for at least 5 days, that now puts us in August. And then furthermore, given that this individual is stating that the vehicle was moving from spot to spot, that would mean that the vehicle is active while David was on tour, because there was almost no scenario in which he could have been going from East Coast, West Coast, back to the East Coast while on this different loop of his tour. Somebody must have been moving that vehicle around. Unless, of course, the neighbor was talking about July, because for all intents and purposes, he may have recognized the vehicle, saw it move from block to block, but then the moment that it was no longer moving, The neighbors then said it's abandoned because anybody who's ever lived within a neighborhood, you can move a car around left and right. It's not until it stays within the same location for an extended period of time that people start to get a bit of suspicion, and ultimately there can be a tow that is called. Given that there was no time frame as to when, people stopped seeing the vehicle move around, it's safe to speculate it must have been sitting there for at least a few weeks. And given that it was towed in the first week of September, who's to say it wasn't sitting there for a month? David started the tour at the beginning of August. Very interesting.
Authorities have identified the victim as Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
She was 13 years old when she was reported missing last year in Lake Elsinore. KTLA's Kimberly Cheng live in Hollywood with more.
Hi, the LA County Medical Examiner's Office did confirm the identity of the decaying body that was found in this tow lot right behind me. The missing teen's family had been searching for her for more than a year.
Wait a minute, hold on. So last year, she was reported missing in the spring of 2024 when she was 13 years old. They claimed it was the remains of a 15-year-old girl. However, she was found on the 8th of September, a day after her 15th birthday. Given the decaying and decomposing of her body, it's safe to say that she was murdered prior to her 15th birthday. So she was 14 at the time of her unfortunate passing. So David had the remains of a 14-year-old girl within the confines of his vehicle when he is a 20-year-old adult.
You sick freak!
Now that's incredibly bizarre. This could just be a situation of wrong place, wrong time. And unfortunately for David, he happens to find himself in a very precarious situation because how could these two even have a link between each other?
Hernandez's mother said Celeste had a boyfriend named David and said she had a distinctive tattoo.
The letters SHH. It's apparently this guy David has a similar tattoo.
Well, that's interesting. She had a boyfriend that was named David prior to her disappearance at 13 years old. They also have matching tattoos that say shh. Well, that's a little bizarre.
Photos have surfaced showing it seems pretty clear at this point that David and Celeste had a relationship. There was a live stream that was resurfaced where they were talking to some of his fans.
A live stream? There's no way they were seen on camera together.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which one? What's good, David? Big fan. Oh, thank you, Mitochondria.
And also a photo of David and Celeste out at an event somewhere in LA in, it appears, October 2023.
Now, wait a minute, hold on. So this live stream was taken in January of 2024, 3 months prior to her being reported missing. But there's photos as early as October 2023 of the two of them together. One's got to wonder when they first met because she would have turned 13 the month prior in September of 2023.
You're a child!
So you're telling me they both had matching tattoos. Celeste was dating somebody named David, according to her mother. You have photos of the two of them dating back to 2023. And there's a recorded demo song titled Celeste?
This is a song, it was unreleased, but it did leak on SoundCloud in in December of 2023. Some of the lyrics, and again, the title was Celeste. It says, "Oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed."
But that's now 4 different counts of coincidences. And furthermore, given that his birthday was in March and he was born in 2005, by the time of the taping of that live stream in January of 2024, he would have been 18 while she's 13. Knowing that you're broadcasting this to your followers, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and now millions of people, wouldn't you feel odd given the nature of the relationship between yourself and this young girl?
We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
Well, that's a little bizarre. He said for his moderators to delete all of the videos that are on the particular channel that he's live streaming from, and then furthermore, delete that very stream. Well, why is that? Given that it was deleted in January of 2024. Perhaps that Celeste went missing. The very next month, in February, particularly Valentine's Day of 2024. He took a bit of a hiatus on social media around that time as well. And there's just way too many different coincidences throughout this entire situation. For one, he released his hit song, Romantic Homicide, on Celeste's birthday in 2022. It's alleged his Discord had been created on that very same day, September 7th, 2022. He's got music videos with women who look like Celeste disappearing. And forget the caskets that he has on display at some of his shows. The most egregious, by far, is a music video which depicts him putting a body into a trunk.
Open and shut case, Johnson.
In the back of my mind, you died. It's kind of like the storytelling aspect of the lyrics that came before it, in a way that it builds up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died.
Now, legally, of course, until everything is proven in a court of law, this is all pure speculation. But I'm pretty sure, given that we're spectators here, we can all come to a consensus on what possibly transpired here and who just so happened to be responsible. Because if I were to give you my hypothesis on if David is directly responsible to what transpired with this incredibly young lady, I would say
guilty. That nigga is guilty. I don't need to deliberate. Hang that nigga now. I got the rope right here.
Now, with that being said, if in the event it was a situation in which David was held liable for what transpired, he's got to be one of the dumbest criminals to walk God's green earth. Man's left a damn self-snitching manifesto, if you will. Shades of King Vaughn. It was incredibly easy to piece a number of different things together. Of course, allegedly. Allegedly! Yet another case of someone who seemingly had it all or was well on their way to having it all in the midst of a world tour that, for whatever reason, decided to turn to the dark side. So rest in peace to the young lady, Celeste, who unfortunately lost her life prior to her 15th birthday, and God willing, justice will be served. But unfortunately, for the individuals who are involved, the truth will rise to the top, and you shall get your just desserts.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids. It's controversial of kids.
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
We are the police. We are the police. The police of Haiti. The police of Haiti. Take his ass to jail. You go to jail, you son of a bitch. All right, hold him there. You go to jail.
Hey, I appreciate you watching the entire video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button on the way out if you haven't already. And on top of that, hit that notification bell as well. For whatever reason, YouTube's only showing my videos to 20% of my subscribers. So if you have already turned on the notification bell, turn it off, turn it back on. If you never turn it on, turn it on. I appreciate you.